Okay.
Okay, hi Emily. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, it's nice to see you too.
So, how things have been going?
It's been going well. It's the same stuff's going on. So yeah.
So, same things that we talked about last time with the stress, the anxiety,
Yep, and the housing.
the housing.
Mhm.
What about your car?
My car is fixed, but I'm running into the problem with my parents where they still want me to move in with them, and I do not want to. So they're being a bit pushy about that since they did fix my car for me. So yeah.
So, did you ever have that conversation with them and try to explain?
Yeah, they weren't really going for it.
Yeah. And how did that make you feel about
Just annoyed.
annoyed?
Yeah, I feel like everybody else's parents help when they're in college, so they should help me.
Okay. Um, we also talked about possible eviction last time. How's that?
That's still rolling along.
Okay, so still working part-time, still going to school. Okay. Um, last time, I know we talked about a little bit about your strengths. You had a good support system last time we talked. Good boyfriend, lots of friends, supportive parents, going to college, like you said, working part-time. So to me, it sounds like you have a really good support system there. Yeah. Okay. Um, remember last time we also talked about this being our last session since you've been doing really well and things are getting better and you have that support and different resources to use now. So this will be our last session.
Okay.
Okay. So what we need to do is kind of like wrap things up. So one of the things that we're going to do today are talk about 3 SMART goals. So we're going to take some of the issues that we talked about last time and we're going to make goals out of them.
Okay.
So we're going to work together here and see. So the first thing I think we talked about was the stress and the anxiety. So what's a goal that we could make about helping with our stress and anxiety?
Let me think. Um, I think exercising would be good since I already do exercise when I'm stressed. Although since my life is so busy and hectic, I don't run every single day or be consistent with like running every week. So I think um, maybe for sure like making it a priority to at least get 3 long runs in a week. So that will help me with my stress and anxiety.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is that running helps with your stress, and you already do that. So maybe we could set a goal to run, you said 3 times a week. How long do you usually run when you run?
Anywhere from 3 miles to 6.
Okay, so do we want to start out with a goal like 3 times a week, 3 miles? Okay, so 3 times a week for 3 miles. Do you run by yourself or do you run with a friend?
I run by myself.
Okay.
I don't like to talk to people when I'm running. I get out of breath.
You listen to music? Okay. So maybe I could help you with some resources on different running groups in the area or things like that. I could provide some of that for you. Is there a way that you track that?
Yeah, I have a running app on my iPhone, so I use that to track my running or my Apple Watch.
Okay. So we can say track on our Apple Watch 3 times a week for 3 miles. All right, so that would be our first goal. Let's think about a second goal. We also talked about the problem with the eviction with the apartment because it was kind of too expensive with you working part-time and things like that. So I think we should try to make a goal around that. What do you think?
Yeah, I've actually been talking to my boyfriend. He doesn't go to school, so he has offered for us to move in, which I feel way more comfortable doing for us to move in together, and he would obviously help more with the pay since I'm in school and he's working full time. So we haven't jumped the gun to actually start putting applications in. But I think a goal would be to put in an application for obviously a cheaper apartment, just because I don't want to put all that stress on him to where he has to pay the rent by himself, because I obviously want to help.
Okay. So maybe we could say put in 2 applications for apartments. In how long?
I think 2 weeks, just so I have his information and my information, and I can go ahead and put in a application with both of our information.
Okay. So I think a good goal would be to put in 2 applications for an apartment within the next 2 weeks. And I can get you some resources on some apartments here in the area, and also we can look at some resources through the college, because sometimes they can offer cheaper housing for college students as well.
Would that work? Since my boyfriend doesn't go to college?
I don't know. We'd have to look into it and we could see, but we could definitely call the college and find out what the stipulations are and what the rules are, and see if they have any recommendations, and so we can go from there when we talk to them. But I can work on that part while you're working on the other part, and then you can let me know about that. Okay? So another goal, what do you think a third goal could be? Well, we talked about the stress, we talked about getting a cheaper apartment.
I would say a third goal would either be, I think, maybe putting in some job applications for a better paying job.
Okay. Where are you thinking? Do you have like an idea where you want to work, or? I know it's kind of hard with your schedule.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe since I have some certifications in the medical field, maybe doing that, because they do usually tend to work 3/12s. So I could probably work that around my schedule. So probably finding places that are hiring in the medical field.
Okay. And sometimes they have like night shifts and weekends that will work better with your college classes and stuff. Okay. So do we think maybe 3 job applications by Sunday would be appropriate?
Yeah, that'll be fine, because I actually do have my resumes already set up. I would just need to add some of the new certifications that I have, so that should be no problem at all.
Okay, that's great that you already have all that done, so that means you're a step forward. Okay, so let's write that down, and then we both decided that we can help each other get that done. And always know that, I have different resources for that stuff. Like I said, again, that college resources is a good help, especially with their college students. They can help a lot of people that need help with jobs and things like that. They let the college know, and so that's a good resource as well. So we can always look back at that, and I can get you those numbers as well to help you with those applications, or if there's anything that I can do, just let me know. Okay, so we also talked about this was going to be our last session, since you've been doing really well. You've made lots of progress. You've been working on those coping skills with stress, your breathing activities, all that extra exercise, going out with friends when you start to feel depressed. So I see that you've done a huge growth, and so that means that we got to end this and go to our next step. So how are you feeling about that?
It's a little scary always letting something go that you're used to doing, which is like going to therapy. But at the end of the day, I think it will be good for my independence. As I'm getting older, I have to be more independent. Obviously knowing that I have resources still, but a little scary, and it gives me a little bit anxiety about stepping into the real world without my therapist, knowing that I have an appointment set up. But I also feel pretty confident in myself, and I think, like you said, with my support system, I should be just fine.
Yeah, and like I mean, I've been here, but you're the one that's doing everything. You have the skills. You've learned the skills on how to, reduce that stress, that anxiety. You remember how you started to feel when that anxiety started to come up. You have all those. Remember, you said your stomach hurt, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know all that stuff, and you know how to stop that and bring that back down.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is all on the table here, and you already know how to handle all those situations. So I think it's good, and we're moving forward, and I think that's a good thing. So after I give you all your resources and stuff like that, we're going to sign a little piece of paper saying we set our goals together, and we both going to do our part for our goals.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm going to get you those resources and those numbers, and that way if you need any help afterwards, you'll have those people to contact and those groups and all those things. So you'll have all that information when we're through. So since we've been together, we want to kind of do like a little short survey to see how our clients are satisfied with their visits with us. So would it be okay for me to give you that questionnaire?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's okay with you. So it's kind of like, you do the 4 is good, 1 is poor, they say 2 is fair, 3 is good.
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you rate the quality of service you received?
I would rate it a 4.
Okay. Did you get the kind of service that you wanted? So again, 4 being definitely, and 1 being not.
I would say yes, definitely. Since I am feeling better about my life, and just that you're able to give me resources, so I felt like yes.
Okay. To what extent has our service met your needs? 4 being almost all of my needs, 3 being most of my needs, 2 being only a few, 1 being none.
I would say 4. You have helped me a lot with my needs. I think just the leftover anxiety and stuff like that is just something that I have to realize and know when it's happening. And since I now know how to stop it, just work through those.
Yeah, you have those skills now.
Yeah.
Okay, so if a friend were in need of similar help, would you recommend our service to him or her?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How satisfied are you with the amount of help you received?
I am very satisfied.
Okay. Have the services you received helped you to deal more effectively with your problems?
Yes.
Okay.
4.
A 4? Okay. In an overall general sense, how satisfied are you with the services that you have received?
A 4.
If you were to seek help again, would you come back to our services?
Yes. 4.
All right, so it sounds like you were pretty satisfied. Is there anything else that you would like to tell me?
Let me think about it. I'm trying to think of something to tell you.
It's okay, take your time.
If I do have any problems or feel like I need to reach out to you, am I still possible to reach out via email, even though we don't have sessions anymore?